Right, I'm here today to review the ESP Quickdraw compact unhooking mat, and it's very light, it's very compact. You can use this to kind of clip up to your rucksack. It's also got two clips that'll attach to an ESP rucksack as well, which I'm not a big fan of really. I'm not going to go out and buy a new rucksack just because I've got a new unhooking mat, so this is the part I'll be using, and I'll probably be cutting those off. But let's have a look at it. So we just unclip these two, it opens up, so it's opened up, I would say quite a decent size really. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice sized unhooking mat for a flat mat. I've got my bucket in there as well. Now for me, it's such a great concept, but it's not kind of thought of and kind of executed in the best possible way. Now it's called the Quickdraw. There's some strings on the side of it to make it into a walled mat. You pull them and you can see straight away the two end walls go up, but these two don't. It doesn't matter how hard I pull them, it just makes the mat smaller. Now if I was a fishery and I was saying that the only mats that you're allowed to use on my fishery were walled, I'd have a real problem with that. And my other problem, I'll show you now. I've got a little teddy bear there. So it's not a teddy. He's an exact replica of a £30 common carp. Now these can apparently take £30 common carp. We pop him in there. It's just not big enough for fish safety. I don't. That's my opinion. But you know, a fish can kind of flip and do a 360 before you know it. So when the walls are kind of barely staying up, and the fish actually barely fits in there. I don't know. I'll do a bit of blogging from time to time, and I'll do some self-take photographs. I could not leave that fish for one fraction of a second to set a camera or do something without being sure that that fish wouldn't flip out of there. The only thing that I could potentially suggest is that you had your sling over the top of this. Then that would press down all of the walls really, and to kind of keep the fish kind of wrapped up in the sling on top of this. But I don't know, for me you can't get enough water in there, it's too small, it needs something over the top to hold the fish down. I'd be looking for something to kneel on here as well, so that I wasn't getting wet, and my knees were being protected a little bit. So for me, as good as the quality of the product is in terms of the material, how water resistant it is, how light it is, and how convenient it is, the compact one just isn't up to the job. If you're going to get one of these, definitely go for the large one, but for my fishing I'll be looking for something that kind of holds that fish nice and still, as a knee pad. One of the other things I find frustrating is that when you roll it up and put it away in the car, all of the water just kind of comes out the end. I wish there was a carry case that went into. I'd pay more for that. I would have paid more for the other features. Yeah, it's just a shame. It's just a shame. A really good concept, but for me, just not up to the job. The worst thing is as well, I've used it on 2 or 3 occasions, and the actual water drainage rings in the bottom have actually started getting rusty, which is far from ideal for a product that's going to be used permanently around water. So yeah, real shame this one, but I'm sure ESP will come back with a improved model. It's obviously the first mat that they've ever done. I'm sure they'll come back with something even better. It's a bit more up to their kind of standard of quality.